Hello. So I finally got my hair cut today and I like it. It's a little bit shorter than usual because um I have to have my daughter help me straighten it because my arm still isn't working very well. It's healing, but she has to straighten it, so I thought if it's shorter, but I might keep it if I end up liking it. I was sick yesterday, so I ate really late today and as much as I was tempted to just eat kind of junky carbs, because let's face it, when you're sick, carbs are easy to eat, like the oatmeal and I don't know, anything with carbs just goes down easier because it usually doesn't have a lot of fiber and things. I took the approach of, I'm sick and I probably need more nutrients. I don't know what it was with the chocolate shakes that were making me sick. I mentioned it to a friend of mine, and she suggested that I have half of the amount of the protein powder because I think that was messing with my stomach as well as my mom's, which again proves my point. Healthy whole foods are better. I was only putting that chocolate protein powder in my shakes because I had it left over. I would never buy it, and it's definitely not an integral part of my program. I'm frugal. It's a frugalicious living channel. So if it's, hanging around the house, someone gives it to me and it's not sugar or gluten, something that's proven not to be good for me, I'm going to use it. Maybe not. Maybe it's making me sick too because it's not natural. And it's something that I read, and I think it's something that is important to talk about in a weight loss program. The protein and all these powders and all these bars and all these drinks, processed protein is not easy for your body to absorb. So you're spending a lot of money on chemicals and who knows, what quality of product they're refining it from, and you really can't absorb it well. It's just a waste of money. If you want to have some protein, now the research I've done, and some of this is coming from nutritionists and nurses because I take care of my mom, as I've said, and I've learned a lot because good nutrition is vital for older people because they don't have a big appetite. They can't eat a whole lot of food. So they have to have concentrated good nutrition. Eggs are the most bioavailable source of protein. It is the protein most easily used by your body, digested and used. Um, and the protein powders just are not easy to digest and use in your body. So you don't need them, they're expensive, and it's just a way for people to make money off of people's desperation to lose weight. I mean, diabetes is an epidemic. Most people are a little overweight, and quite a few people are obese. It's really sad, and people are desperate. They're willing to do anything. So when someone comes along and says, "You know what? I have this protein powder that you don't even have to eat food, you just drink that instead." It's going to sound good to them because it's difficult to make choices. I mean, that's the problem that I have with Jenny Craig and Nutrisystems and Physicians Weight Loss because it's not teaching you how to eat regular food, which you have to face every day. Let's say that you purchase one of these programs. When you're done with them, you're not going to eat that way forever. You eventually have to face the buffets and the potlucks and the grocery store. You have to learn how to eat in a world of junk food. And let's face it, that's what we live in. There's junk food everywhere. When you drive home from work, you're going to pass by I don't know how many fast food places. When you are invited to go out to eat with friends and family, I mean, what are you going to do? You have to learn how to deal with temptations and with food, regular food. You got to learn how to eat healthy. And when you're relying on powders and drinks and pills and bars, you're not learning how to make those choices. I mean, that's my take on it. And that's after 20 years of trying many of those things. Even Weight Watchers, I have a problem with because they keep changing their point system. You have to understand these are money making enterprises. They're out to make money. I mean, they're not giving away their programs and their tips and ideas. So they don't really have it in mind for you to lose weight and keep it off because repeat customers are an essential part of most businesses. So if Weight Watchers is changing their point system, which they do periodically, you have to buy new cookbooks with their new points calculators, etc. But if you're learning how to eat healthy, natural food, you're not relying on another company taking your money to help you learn how to eat properly. And that's really important. I think we have to take our power back. We all have the power to make good decisions. We don't need to filter that power through a for-profit company that doesn't have our best interest at heart. I mean, I really believe strongly in that. We have to learn how to live in a world of temptation, a world of junk food, a world of plenty of opportunities to make bad choices. And we just have to care enough about ourselves to make healthy choices. And I'm telling you right now that giving up sugar and gluten, which are addictive foods, is like the biggest thing I've ever done because it takes away that insatiable craving for junk food. Getting rid of my addiction to sugar has been a huge help in making right decisions when I'm faced with things. Um, I don't know how the protein powder is going to work because it made my mom sick. It made me sick. I did try the half amount and I have a little bit of queasiness, not anywhere near what I had yesterday. And it tastes good. It gives my shakes, which are mostly peanut butter and unsweetened cocoa and stevia and coconut milk and ice. It gives them just a little bit of a richer chocolate flavor, but I could accomplish that through extra cocoa as well. So I might finish it now that it's here in half amounts, and I might throw it away. I haven't made that decision yet. But as I said, I would never buy it. I would never rely on it as a source of protein. It's just something that is there. It's the Frugalicious Living channel. I'm quite frugal. To me, it's just an extra source of cocoa powder that was free, but not when it's upsetting my stomach. I did have the half amount today, and I seem to be okay. So let's get down to what I ate today. Let me get my phone. It's way over here. So, because I wasn't feeling well, I started out the day eating kind of light because I was so sick yesterday. My stomach really hurt, and I just wasn't in for a repeat of that. That just wasn't going to happen. So, I started out having my turmeric shake, and I put more ice in it, and that worked out great. It was like eating pumpkin ice cream. There's no pumpkin in it, but I put the same spices. So it's 1 cup of coconut milk, 1 frozen banana, a half cup of frozen pineapple, a teaspoon of powdered turmeric, a teaspoon of powdered ginger, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a little sprinkling of clove. I might put more clove next time. And I put as many ice cubes as I could fit in my NutriBullet shake, and it was so good. It tasted like pumpkin ice cream. I actually have one of those, I forget what it's named, Yonana or something, that you can make like a creamy ice cream consistency out of frozen fruit. As I said, I've tried so many things to lose weight. I mean, I've bought so many contraptions, so many food prep contraptions. I'm going to give it to Goodwill because I don't need it anymore. I mean, it was cumbersome to deal with. It takes up counter space. I have a tiny kitchen and it was hard to wash. So I'm just gonna get rid of it because now that I know how to make these shakes that have the consistency of ice cream, it tasted just like pumpkin ice cream. I couldn't believe it. It was so good. It was so delicious. So I had that for breakfast because I just wanted something completely natural, something that would be kind of mild and light on my stomach. And it was. It went down really well. And I was hoping the turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory, would, and the cinnamon would kind of help. And it did. I felt good after I ate that. I didn't really feel that sick anymore. And that kind of bolstered my confidence to eat more. So I went to get my hair cut. And on the way home, there's like this taco place. And I want to talk about, ways to save money. Um, I live in a little college town, which makes it great because there's like these little inexpensive places to eat. And it's pretty healthy because most of the college students are into eating healthy. So I get what's called a burrito bowl, which is a little tin like pie plate with just you pick the kind of meat that you want. I pick steak. So I'm not a big chicken fan. I usually eat fish, but when I go out, I eat beef. And then you pick certain vegetables and rice and beans. And it's only $7. And it's enough for two people because it's a lot of food. Like again, if you're eating in modest amounts, which I've learned to do, I mean, I can overeat like anybody else, but I found that I have modest amounts of kind of expensive food. And if I'm still hungry, I have like carrot sticks or celery stalks until I'm full. And that's really helped my budget because, being frugal is important. It's important for anybody because the more money that you have left over after you buy important things like healthy food, the more fun you can have with it and save it too. I mean, that's great. Nobody wants to throw away money. So that worked out great. I mean, after I split it in half, this was my half. So I had a full plate there. I mean, that's and my glass of water. That's plenty of food. So I don't know if it's easy to focus. Maybe I try. I took another view. Maybe that'll be in better focus. But it's steak, some corn and bean salsa, some tomato and onion salsa, some spinach and sour cream, rice and black beans, and refried beans, and sweet potatoes. That was pretty good. And then I got like one little scoop of queso over the whole thing. Trying to cut down on dairy, but I haven't cut it out entirely. And like I said, that was half of that $7 burrito bowl. So I had that big plate of organic, freshly made, low sodium food for $3.50. That's cheaper than eating at fast food. So I found like a lot of little ways to save money over the years. And then that was my lunch. And then for dessert, I had a small amount. I had half of that chocolate shake because it really is good. It tastes so chocolatey. It's a cup of coconut milk, then 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or 32 grams, then 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then a half scoop of the chocolate protein powder, whey powder, and then like a bunch of ice cubes. You could see how kind of it's like a frosty. It was so good. And it just made me a tiny bit sick. So it was worth it because I'm not that sick and it's so chocolatey. But um, I might try just putting extra unsweetened cocoa in it tomorrow and not being sick at all. That sounds better to me. So then that was my dessert with the um, Mexican food. And then for dinner, I had another one of my spinach shakes, NutriBullet shakes. And that was really good. That's a really light food. I thought I should get more vegetables because I had fruit for breakfast. Then I had a lot of meat and, kind of black beans and corn and salsa and sour cream and cheese. I thought I should get some green vegetables in. So I had my spinach shake for dinner, and that was just 45 grams of spinach, a tablespoon of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and ice cubes and water. And it's really good. So I ate pretty good today, and I feel pretty good today. I think that eating whole foods is really the key to good health because when I had that turmeric shake this morning with the banana and the pineapple, oh, it has a half cup of pineapple in it too, and all the turmeric and cinnamon, I felt good after I ate that. So I hope all of you had a good day today. Um, I don't want to come down too hard on the programs. If any of you are doing Jenny Craig and things like that, that's okay if it works for you. But as someone who's quite frugal, I'm just telling you, you don't need to do that. You can take your power back. You can decide for yourself to eat healthy food. And that's why I do this vlog. I mean, day to day, I talk about what I eat, and I'm losing weight, 6 pounds in 5 weeks. And I'm over 50, so it's slow, but it's progress. I mean, I have to work really hard for those 6 pounds, but I'm willing to do it, and I know you are too. Hope you find this encouraging. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.